The meeting of the Auburn Housing Board of Commissions for May 11th, 2023 is called to order. This meeting is being recorded. Is there anyone in attendance who is also recording the meeting? Seeing none, I will move on. May I have a roll call vote, starting with Monica, please?
Here. Rose Turner. Here. Sharon Patino here. Roberta Briggs.
And Wayne Page here. Can we please stand for the pledge of allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Any public comment? Seeing none? Discussion and vote to approve the minutes of March 9th, 2023. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
A second?
I second.
And a roll call vote. Can we start with you, Monica, please?
Aye.
Rosie?
Aye.
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 Aye. Are we supposed to say the name before we do it?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, so can we do that? Say your name after you say aye.
All right, Monica, go ahead.
Did you hear it?
I don't think she heard us.
I, Monica Locker.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I, Rose Turner. I, Sharon Patino. Roberta Briggs. I.
Wayne Page.
Was that an aye?
Hey,
Huh?
was that an
Aye.
aye?
Yes. Discussion and vote to approve the minutes of March 16th, 2023. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, we need to do a roll call vote again. Monica?
I, Monica Locker.
I, Rose Turner. I, Sharon Patino. I, Roberta Briggs.
I, Wayne Page. Discussion and vote to approve the minutes of April 6th, 2023. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
A second?
I second.
And a roll call vote. Monica?
I, Monica Locker.
I. Second. I'm sorry.
I, Rose Turner.
I, Rose Turner. I, Sharon Patino. I, Roberta Briggs.
And I, Wayne Page. Thank you. Discussion and vote to approve the March 2023 check registers. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
And we take a roll call vote. Monica?
I, Monica Locker.
I, Rose Turner. I, Sharon Patino. I, Roberta Briggs.
I, Wayne Page. Discussion and vote to approve April 2023 check registers. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
I second.
Roll call vote. Monica?
I, Monica Locker.
I, Rose Turner. I, Sharon Patino. I, Roberta Briggs.
I, Wayne Page. Discussion and vote to approve the certificate of substantial compensation for stove vent hoods for KMG remodel. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call vote. Monica?
I, Monica Locker.
I, Rose Turner. I, Sharon Patino. I, Roberta Briggs.
I, Wayne Page. Discussion and vote to approve payment for stove vent hoods. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Roll call vote. Monica?
I, Monica Locker.
I, Rose Turner. I, Sharon Catino. I, Roberta Briggs.
I, Wayne Page. Discussion and, excuse me, discussion and vote to approve the certificate of substantial compensation for Whitco for new stoves. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Roll call vote. Monica?
I, Monica Locker.
I, Rose Turner. I, Sharon Catino. I, Roberta Briggs.
I, Wayne Page. Discussion and vote to approve payment for new stoves. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Roll call vote. Monica?
Discussion first, please.
I,
Say that, hold on, Monica, please.
Isn't that the same thing we just voted on about?
No.
No.
One is a certificate of substantial completion. So we have to vote
Right.
that the project has been completed.
Okay,
And then the other is a vote for payment. So they're two separate votes, Roberta.
thank you.
Okay, Monica, sorry.
okay. I, Monica Locker.
I, Rose Turner. I, Sharon Catino.
I, Roberta Briggs.
I, Wayne Page. Discussion of the open meeting law complaint sent to the director's report. Or the director, sorry.
Okay, one of the complaints was that we didn't do the roll call votes. So instead of just voting aye, you actually have to say who you are and how you're voting, and that's how it's gonna be recorded in the minutes. Okay, so that's why we're
Okay.
doing it the way we're doing it. That's per the open meeting law. And the second was that the minutes weren't posted on the Town of Auburn website, but the reason they weren't posted because they hadn't been approved yet. You know, we have to
Right,
vote.
have to be approved.
I have to sign them as the secretary, and then they get submitted to the town. So the complainant was looking for minutes that you hadn't voted on yet. So once these votes will be recorded, I'll sign them, and then we'll submit them to the town of Auburn to put them on the website. So we should be in compliance. So that's the deal with that.
Okay, director's report.
Okay. We did replace the stove hood vents at Packagug in the state side. It will end up costing us approximately $30,000. And this, we did get that as a state grant. And we have been reimbursed by the state, so we have the permission to pay on their end. And then the stoves were also replaced on the state side of Packagug for approximately $39,000. And we have received payment from the state so that we know that we're getting the money because we've gotten it. Now you just had to vote that the project's been completed and that you voted to pay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do have the money from the state on both of those projects. You voted that the projects are complete. We have had some issues, like we have a stove that's acting up. I mean, we've had vent hoods, but both vendors have been very good about dealing with any issues. So far we're doing pretty good. The stove, we had one stove that was like heating up to over 500 degrees in a minute. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yes.
we did let Woodco know, and we'll go from there. We'll get a replacement for the resident. But any complaints that we have had have been addressed and corrected. Okay, so that should be okay. We've got our new window project coming up on the state side, and that's in the early stages of it. They'll be going out to bid. We have a significant number of windows that need to be replaced in the state section of Packagug, but that is on the front burner. And the front hallway stairs in the front of Packagug are also on the front burner. So we'll have a couple more projects. Since we've completed 2, we're gonna take on 2 more and then work towards that. We've had significant issues in the front of Packagug with the drains. People are using wipes, people are using and disposing of paper towels in the septic system. I mean, it's all messed up. We've had backups and it's caused a problem. And we had United Drain come in and they did all the drains, flushed the whole front section, all the drains, and all they found was mounds of the wipes, paper towels, elderly diapers. I mean, people are throwing all this stuff down the toilet and it's causing a backup. And it's causing, you know, I mean, the residents are complaining, but it's like, this is in your building. This isn't something that we're doing. We cleaned these out last year and it's already like, they showed me pictures, it was ridiculous. Piles of these, and that's why that we're having this problem. So we cleared all the drains in the front of Packagug. We're not having this problem in the back, and we're not having this problem here at Stoneville. It's just the front of Packagug Village, the state side. So I figure, well, okay, so we had them cleaned out once. I think in 6 months' time, I'm gonna have them cleaned again, because I don't know how we're gonna get these people to stop using them. I mean, they've been asked not to, but if they continue to do it, we're gonna continue to have these backups, and we don't need that either. So I figure unless we have even more issues in individual apartments, I'm gonna go 6 months and we'll do it again. Because the idea is to catch it before it gets to the point where we're so clogged that it's causing a problem in individual apartments. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a big problem. We have a notice to go out asking them to please not use these. Even though it says they're flushable on the package, they aren't. And when the plumbers come in and the drain company comes in, they have cameras and then they go in and use the, whatever the hell it's called, but to clear the drain. And that's what they're pulling out, is wipes, mounds of them. So we're gonna ask the residents not to use them, but we can't guarantee that they won't use them. So in the meantime, we're gonna schedule these cleanings. And if we have a problem anywhere else, then we'll do the same thing. You know, start with one complaint, we're gonna do them all. Because one indicates that we're gonna have a problem with more than one. Okay, so that's how we handled that problem. Now, we did a fire extinguisher inspection at all the properties that have fire extinguishers, and that worked out okay. We did a sprinkler system inspection in the back of PV, because that's the only place that we have, other than in Maple Drive, Auburn Heights, we had sprinklers there. So the sprinkler inspection came out fine. There were no issues. So that's another preventive maintenance thing that we do so that we don't have a problem. Okay, as far as the vacancies go, we have one in the front of Packagug, and that's gonna go to a transfer. She's on the 2nd floor, she needs the 1st floor, so that woman's gonna be going into that 1st floor. And then the vacancy that she'll create by her apartment on the 2nd floor is actually going to be filled by the Champ State waiting list. And we need a non-elderly person. We're required to have at least 8 non-elderly. It's 13.5% that we're required to have by law. We had one woman in March became 61, so now she's considered elderly, not non-elderly. So in order to make our placement rate, we need one more non-elderly person, and that'll be picked from the waiting list. So we'll be in compliant with that. So that'll fill that vacancy on the 2nd floor, okay? And then we have a vacancy, a transfer, that was due to an eviction in the back of Packagug. We have one resident that has requested this handicap apartment, And there is a need for that, so we're gonna ask one of our current residents to take the handicap unit to help them out, and then that'll create a first floor apartment, and that'll go to our waiting list, and hopefully an Auburn veteran will fill that vacancy. We'll have a couple more here because we had transfers from the second floor with medical reasons go to the first floor. So we'll have 2 more second floors. We're in the process of redoing them now. And those will also go to veterans that can do a second floor. And if we don't come up with any, then it'll have to go to the list. But we're gonna hope to get the veterans housed in these units on the federal side. And we're gonna use the state waiting list on the state side, as we're required to do now, okay? So that takes care of our vacancies. We've been working to keep up with the lawns. Right now, we have 3 full-time maintenance people. We don't have any part-time employees. They weren't willing to do on-call, so they just resigned. So we did put an ad in the paper. We did get some response. We're gonna be in the process of interviewing these people. The maintenance staff will be involved in the interviews. They will be required to do on-call, and we'll let you know how we make out. And if we don't get anything from this group, anybody from this group, then we'll continue to keep putting an ad in until we can get somebody that can work here full-time and do on-call. Okay? But we've been very busy. We're in the process of starting the recertification process at Stoneville. Packets will be going out. Their rent recertification takes effect August 1st. But the time flips by, so you really have to get the notices out to people so that they'll compile all the documents, and then we can go from there. But other than that, we have had some odd complaints. We're gonna get complaints because we're making a significant effort to go after the lease violations. You know, people don't understand why they have to follow the rules, but not everybody follows the rules. So we're in the process of going forward, letting everybody know that they're not following the rules per the lease, and we're giving an opportunity for them to correct their, whatever they're doing, and if they're not, then we're putting it in writing and we're handing it over to our attorneys. We have a state attorney, we have a federal attorney, we have people that aren't paying, we have people that haven't paid for months, and we're in the process of going forward with them, with the attorneys, to get them to pay. You don't usually get an eviction on the first time through, but we did get one eviction for non-payment in the back of Packagug. So it is starting to change. It's not fair when some people have to pay and other people don't have to pay. I mean, the whole idea is you have to pay your rent. And if you don't, then we have to push to evict. That's the terms of the lease. So we have multiple cases going on. The other issue, we have a problem with smoking. We have a no smoking policy. We've had this for a number of years and on all our properties. And we have residents that continue to smoke. We have people that are living around them that are on oxygen, that have breathing issues. I mean, we can't have it. We have a policy, they've all signed to say that they've received the policy, and they turn around and smoke anyway. So now we know who was smoking. We have residents that have put complaints in writing. So we're going forward with the eviction process with them. We just can't have it. It's not fair to anybody else, and it's certainly not fair to the people with medical issues that can't breathe. So we have a lot of legal things going on. Once you start going after the lease violations, the residents start to complain. That's just the nature of the business. And it's not just here, it's everywhere. But the bottom line is, you signed a lease, you're expected to do these things, the housing authority is expected to do these things. We need to hold them accountable for what they're doing. And there isn't any point complaining to your neighbors or complaining to the board members that you don't like the rules. It's the lease. You signed that when you took your apartment, and you agreed, and we have every year during recertification, we have them sign that they understand the rules and regulations, that they understand the policies and the lease, and we have people signing for all these things every single year. And the expectation is that you're gonna comply, or we're gonna go after you for violating your lease, because that's the only fair way to do it for everybody. And taking it out on the board members, taking it out on the staff is not the answer. Because there's also in the lease that you can't harass the staff or the board or your neighbors. You can't. Because then you're gonna get a letter that you're violating the lease on that. So it's like you need to rethink whether you wanna live here, if that's the case. You know, I mean, there are rules that have to be followed, and the taxpayers expect us to make sure that we're in compliance. Those are the rules. So, that's all I have.
Excellent report. And I think it's so important that everybody follow those rules because we have to enforce them.
That's the big thing.
And evictions are gonna cost significant money,
Right.
and we have no choice. I mean, we had one move out, and just the moving company alone was $3,500. So, I mean, it's gonna,
Lori,
Yeah.
has there been a problem with harassment?
yes. We've had staff members harassed, we've had board members harassed by other residents. So, it's just not a good thing. I mean, and the residents that are doing it, it's a violation of the lease. So we're trying to let them know you can't, and if they go forward, then we're gonna have to take legal action against them. Does that make sense, Monica?
Yes, it does, thank you.
Now I'm on.
Are you sure now?
Well, not really, but yeah,
Any other members' comments?
Good job, Marty.
thank you. Monica, do you have anything else?
No, thank you.
I don't know if I said in the beginning that Monica was remotely or not, but just so people do know, she is remote. I would like,
Wayne,
yes,
I just have one comment. and
Sure.
It's not only Laurie that's all this is coming down on, but all the staff. And I think that it really is important that that be stressed, and it's not gonna be so.
and it's multiple board members, not just one. Multiple board members.
you all done, Roberta?
Yes, I am, thank you.
I would like to say something to that, because I'm one that's been harassed and bothered. Only, you don't hear from people until you're running for a campaign, then all of a sudden you have a few, and I'm not, majority of the people in the housing are no problem whatsoever. They're all good and everything else, but you get one or two that decide they can just tell you what to do and how to do it, and saying they're not doing it, when you are doing it. And I am gonna keep up doing what I do for the residents of the housing the best way I possibly can. And I really don't need what's being said out there, because it's not true. And there's somebody that's running against me that is making false accusations. And I'm gonna leave it like that, because now I'm starting to get a little upset and it's not worth it. But I just wanted to get it out that it's not right and you need to stop.
Amy, you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Are you out?
Okay. Huh?
Are you done?
I'm done. On our next regular meeting will be June 8th, 2023. We will have a special meeting on May 15th. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
And we need a roll call vote? Monica?
Excuse me, what's the motion?
Sorry, Monica, aye.
Our next, Roberta asked a question. I'm gonna hold on for 1 second, Monica.
What is the motion? You said,
Our next regular meeting will be June 8th, 2023. We will have a special meeting on May 5th. And I got a motion and a second.
Wait. May 5th?
Now,
May 15th.
May 15th.
yeah, May 15th. And now I need a roll call vote. Monica?
Sorry, is May 15th Monday?
Yes,
Okay, I'm not able to attend on Monday.
we understand.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Aye, Monica Walker.
I, Rose Turner. I, Sharon Katina.
I, Roberta Briggs.
I, Wayne Page. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None.
Roll call vote.
Roll call vote. Monica?
Aye, Monica Walker.
I, Rose Turner.
I, Sharon Katina.
I, Roberta Briggs.
I, Wayne Page. Have a good day, everybody.